Howdy, Ayebawl here. Welcome to another episode of Factorio with Arumba's Angels plus Bob's Mod Pack. So, with all the added mining locations that I've created, I need a more robust train depot station. So, in order to create room for everything, we're just going to push the lake back by a lot. Kind of just fill it in. Once we get it all spaced out, we can start creating a new train depot. Really nice one. One that I'd be proud to have. I do like my my right angles though. So to make sure that the railroad track lines up kind of nice with the edge of the water, spaced it a little bit. So when the trains come in to the station, they got a nice water view. Because who knows, maybe one day those trains will be replaced with passenger train or passenger cargo. So with this particular train depot setup, I need 6 train stops, one for each type of ore, a 7th one for the oil, gas, and coal, and the 8th one, which would just be a turnaround in case a train has to do a loop through the train stop or train depot area. So the first way I try and set this up is I'm trying to work out spacing. I wanted the depot long enough to be able to hold 2 trains with 1 diesel and 2 cargo wagons. And the length of it, I need it spaced out enough so that all the sections of Angel's refining of the ore will have enough room. So this setup was kind of nice that I have, where I'm using inserters to unload from the train into a warehouse, and I offset the warehouse so that I can use the loaders to empty out the warehouse. And by offsetting it by 2, I can put 2 of the loaders on each of the warehouse. So I've actually went back and forth with the spacing on this several times. I wanted to max the amount of space I could put between each of the train stops to go from the top of the track to where the defensive wall is at. And that took some guesswork, but eventually I ended up using the stone walls as a measuring tool. So as my first guess that I had, I used every other one, but that put me too close to the bottom, and I don't have to relocate the wall again. So as I think about this situation, how I'm going to handle it, I take out the duplicate train signals. So I took a look at some of the angel silos that they're in there, and I thought they looked pretty nice. They're color coded with the appropriate raw material, and they have a smaller footprint. So I thought maybe using those would save me 2 spaces per stop. So in total, that'd be like 12 spaces. That should get me away from the wall. And plus, they do look a lot better than the warehouses. So I'm gonna try this again. So with using the angel silos, I repeat them down the line to see where that put me at. And having 6 stops, I end up with a lot of extra space I could be using. So I was like, well, I could probably space them out a little bit more, so I can. So I ended up tearing it down all again. So then I got the idea that it'd probably be a lot better to go ahead and move the wall down. It would get rid of the angle or the corners at the outpost, the first outpost, and I won't have to deal with the biters always attacking that corner. So I went ahead and pushed the wall down to give myself some more room. So now the wall stretches all the way across in a nice straight line. It looks a lot better. And eventually, at some point, I will do the same to the east side of the base. So on my way back, I'll lay down the first stretch of track. So by moving the track as close to the defensive wall as possible, alleviates the chance of me getting ran over by the train, because there'll be a lot more trains coming through now. And I was going to redo the whole track leading north and south, but I talked myself out of it because I was going to move the east wall anyways, so it wouldn't have really mattered to put in the track next to the east wall. So I set up a quick T-junction because the bottom track will continue east once I do move that wall at some point. Which, now thinking about it, that open space to the east probably would be a perfect area for a solar farm. So now that the T-junction is done, I figured since I'm already over here, I will go ahead and redo the entire outpost area. I wanted to change the mining drills to the Mark IIIs, and I needed to change the uh, train stops. So the train stop where it's at now, that whole track will be going away. So I'm going to put the new train stop on the track that's heading north and south, and just use one line for all three. And I'm actually going to add or start putting mining drills on the Bobmonium. So to prevent uh, trains having to wait on other trains uh, half the time, well, when they get done, they can definitely veer off onto the main track and go. But when they arrive to the train stop, they may have to wait, depending on the order in which that they're in. That was the first time that I actually tapped that Bombodium there. I think it took this long is because I never really needed that much tin, and I've already got a huge stockpile of it. Now, if that Bombonium was Arubite, I would have definitely already tapped it, because I could use some lead. So I've had a lot of new train stops, so I gotta rename them. So, in order to get rid of that train, I forced the robots to also help out with draining out those chests. Yeah, Yep, I've got to admit, I really do like the Angel silos, especially dealing with the first tier of the processing the ore with the raw ore that comes out of the ground. It's probably because of the graphical look. So eventually, at some point, those chests be cleared out. Oh, there they are, all cleared out. That was quick. All right, so now that ore's gone, I can finally tear up this track here. So since I still haven't finished the new train depot, I go ahead and create a T intersection here because I'm still processing the rubite from up north because I still need that lead that's coming in from it. So I remove all the track and just place down the blueprint of the T intersection and call it a day. Now the power lines that run the length of the track, those are actually the Mark III power lines. Now, I didn't show that because I thought that was really irritating to watch as they run along the train track replacing power lines. So I'll throw some power to this new setup outpost and start filling up the silos with the ore. And eventually I'll get the new train stop or new train depot done, and then I'll start send trains out to here to pick all this up. All right, so go ahead and leave it here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.